Before the welding began, before the engine came to life, before the body of the vehicle took shape, there was a vision. In 2006, Apostle Kwadwo Safo stood before his workers with a clear instruction: build. But this was not simply about assembling another vehicle. Every detail had to come from an idea first imagined in his mind, a vision that had to be transformed from drawings, measurements and instructions into something that could move on to Ghanaian roads. The workers were given their tasks, the materials were arranged, and the workshop was ready. The construction of the second Kantanka Onantefo 4x4 was about to begin. Every vehicle needs a foundation, and for the Onantefo, that foundation began with the chassis. The workers carefully measured, positioned, and welded the metal components together, creating the structure that would eventually carry the engine, transmission, suspension, and body of the vehicle. Another important part of the vehicle was being developed: the engine. The parting makers worked on the components that would eventually make up the power plant of the vehicle. From the parting making stage, the engine components moved to the machine shop, where they could be further worked and prepared for assembly. With the engine and gearbox ready, the next question was simple: would everything work together? Before the body was fitted, the engine and gearbox were installed into the chassis for testing. The team needed to make sure the mechanical foundation of the vehicle was working properly before moving to the next stage. And then came the first test. The chassis was taken out for a run. No finished body, no paint, no luxurious interior, just the mechanical heart of the vehicle being tested. Once the mechanical foundation had been tested, the workshop returned to construction. This time, the vehicle would begin to look like a vehicle. The body was built from scratch. Piece by piece, the workers shaped and welded the structure. And once again, Apostle Kwadwo Safo was there, checking, correcting, guiding, making sure the finished product stayed true to the original vision. But the Onantefo wasn't only about the exterior. Inside the vehicle, another remarkable process was taking place. A handmade dashboard was being created using wood. Components were carefully positioned. The speedometer and other instruments were installed. Speakers and other interior components were added. This was not a vehicle coming from a conventional mass production assembly line. It was being built by people, by hand, in a Ghanaian workshop. As the body neared completion, Apostle Kwadwo Safo continued to guide the workers on the finishing process. Every section had to meet the instructions. Every detail mattered. Then came the transformation. The vehicle was prepared and sprayed. The rough structure that had once existed only as metal, welds, and mechanical components was beginning to become the finished Kantanka Onantefo. And then came the moment every engineer waits for: the test. The completed vehicle was taken out once again. The engine was tested. The vehicle was driven. The team watched and listened. Every system had to perform as expected, because building a vehicle is one thing, proving that it works is another. And then came one of the most powerful moments in the story. The first black Kantanka Onantefo 4x4 was there, standing beside the second vehicle. Two vehicles, same mission, different moments, and one powerful message. This was not luck. It had been done before, and now it had been done again. The vehicle would soon receive another important test. Paul Wolfowitz, the 10th president of the World Bank, came to inspect and test drive the Onantefo. He examined the vehicle and took it for a drive. The purpose was straightforward. Was this really a functioning vehicle built in Ghana? After experiencing the vehicle for himself, the performance was confirmed. The machine had moved from an idea to a working vehicle, and now to a vehicle being examined by people outside the workshop. But Apostle Kwadwo Safo wanted more than a vehicle sitting inside a workshop. He wanted Ghana to see it. So the Onantefo was taken onto the streets of Accra, and almost immediately, people noticed, people stopped, people gathered, people looked inside, people asked questions, and people praised what they were seeing. a vehicle built in Ghana by Ghanaians moving through the streets of Ghana. But there was another place where this vehicle needed to be seen, Abosokai, one of Ghana's well-known centers for vehicle spare parts and automobile repairs. This time, the Onantefo was not going to engineers inside the Kantanka workshop. It was going to people who worked with vehicles every day. Mechanics, welders, spare parts dealers, people who understood cars. And when the vehicle arrived, people gathered round it. They inspected it, they looked underneath, they examined the body, they looked at the engine, and they were impressed by what they saw. For these men, this wasn't just another car. It was proof that something many believed had to be done somewhere else could be done here.
Too much. It's more than Japan Accra. The first time, the second time, the end is serious.
The whole world who are Ghana for yes, sir. Ghana penifone mbuano. Obi amfa ne mbua mbuano. No munya ne mo. Ni enya yes obi antimi ntobi. Ni enyusu. We say na wasa man pen mbuano. Ne fi otumi yaka no mo. Ni hu say wiase yes e obi a ka na otumi yaka. Ni hu say ya brofo kwa na omutu di so ni eso di abrofo no so. Amen. Ni efem na na jam fiam tunzu na mi tu kwan pa na impo kwa abrochi sem kwa China no money ade mi hu no emi am hu se we ni kai ade a sombo sin wo mu am wo die no e wo se abrochi ono ni ade ti se o mampani kwa na obo na paso a obetimi a ibige ne ma pi abo man amada che biare yenso ebetimi a se China for ne Germany ni American for ndi o ye bona paso so aya ade ye hu ti so pass aya engine ne de ya ye ebiam ndi ye bona paso onko so na kana me boost get man.
From Abosokai, the journey continued. The Onantefo was taken to Imperial Express, a transport company associated with Apostle Kwadwo Safo. Once again, the purpose was to put the vehicle in front of ordinary people, to allow them to see it, touch it, examine it, and ask themselves one question: what is possible when Ghanaians decide to build?
A real African work, and the man needs to be encouraged. In fact, the government and the society at large need to support him to do such a thing. If a Ghanaian can do this, then what are we waiting for? The government should support him, and so that he can do more of this. Thank you very much.
But public admiration was not enough. A vehicle intended for the road must also pass official inspection. The Onantefo was taken for inspection by the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, the DVLA. Officials examined the vehicle and its various systems: the engine, the brakes, the wipers, the overall condition of the vehicle. Then came another road test. The vehicle had to prove itself under inspection, and once again, it passed the checks. The message was becoming clearer. This wasn't simply an experiment inside a workshop. It was a functioning vehicle being subjected to real-world testing and inspection.
I think it's a perfect start. If we've got the technology to improve on it, it will be something that probably the whole nation will enjoy in the future. Yeah. So we congratulate him for this marvelous achievement. We wish him all the best in the future development. I think this is one of the best, if that is made in Ghana. Technically, you will not find any difference between this car and any vehicle made in Europe. The takeoff is excellent, the brakes are excellent, and the stability is, in fact, I should say, one of the best. Thank you. Maneuvering capacity, it can maneuver any way you want, and it is quite stable, it's firm on the ground. Yes, I think the center of gravity was really looked at. So it is excellent, excellent. This is what Ghanaians should be doing. I just tell Apostle, he should train the youth. Ghanaians can do wonderful things. if he built this car with little technology available in this country, I think we have a very good beginning, and we can do a lot with the type of work he's doing. It's really great.
The drive of the vehicle is very smooth. The gears are excellent. It's heavy, well balanced. There are a few things that we have identified that needs to be corrected. It doesn't affect the overall performance of the vehicle. I think that once we're able to bring that up, we will have a perfect vehicle here. I mean, for us, this is very encouraging. We've gone under, we've checked the ball joints, they are all perfect. We don't like some of the welding parts. We've pointed them out. They will be corrected and smoothened up. But when that is done, we're sure that we'll have an excellent vehicle on our road. We are very pleased with what we are seeing. The concerns we have raised are very minor, very, very minor concerns, which we believe they can be corrected very easily with the kind of ingenuity they have shown already. These are minor things that we have no problem accepting that they can correct them and bring them back onto the road.
After the inspections and demonstrations, the Onantefo began its journey back to Apostle Kwadwo Safo's residence in Taifa, Accra. But even on the journey home, the vehicle continued to attract attention. Drivers looked, passengers looked. People on the streets stopped to watch, because sometimes you don't need an advertisement. The product itself becomes the message. In 2006, a group of Ghanaian workers gathered in a workshop around an idea. They welded the chassis, they built the engine, they machined components, they built the body, they handcrafted the interior, they tested it again. They took it to the streets, they took it to the mechanics, they took it for official inspection, and they allowed people to see for themselves. The second Kantanka Onantefo 4x4 was more than a vehicle. It represented a belief that innovation does not belong to one continent, that engineering does not belong to one race, and that the ability to create is not determined by where you were born. Sometimes, all it takes is a vision. This is Inside Kantanka Tech, where we don't just tell you that it was possible, we show you how it was done.